So today in this video, we'll be solving the GFG problem, exit point in a matrix. So in this problem, we are basically given a matrix of size n cross m, which only consists the numbers that is a zeros and one. And here we will be starting, means our move will start from the top left cell, that is a 0, 0, right? And initially we will move in left to right directions towards the right, means our first direction is like from left to right. Now, while traversing the matrix, we will follow the rules. So if the current cell is 0, then we will continue our direction, same direction. And if current cell is 1, then we will change our direction into the clockwise, right? Means clockwise. For example, here it is a 1, right? So we will, if we are going like right, so then we will change our direction, means we'll go downward. So basically we want to move in a clockwise direction, right? And when you encounter 1, so we also need to like update that particular cell to 0. So what is the means what we want to do? So you continue this process until you move outside the boundary of the matrix. Your task is to determine the coordinates of the cell from which you exit the matrix. So let me just explain you this with the example, right? So here I have taken the first example of the problem. So initially we are starting from this cell. So what we will do, they already said that initial direction is right, means you will move from left to right directions, right? So since it is 0, so I'll move in the left to right directions. So now I am at 1, right? So when you encounter 1, you have to change your directions. Now where to, means where to like go. So you will go downward, that is a clockwise, right? So means you are initially from left to right, so now you will go from top to bottom, right? Again you encounter 1, so you will again like go from like right to left, right? So we need to continue this process until you exit this matrix, right? So from where you just exit the matrix, so this is the position from where you will exit the matrix. See, this one will like you will change your direction from like right to left, right? And when you hit this position, right, so this position is 0, right? So what I mean is, see, when you like travel this in this way, after traveling this particular value, you will change it to 0, because they have mentioned that once you traverse any, means you go through any one, right, means any cell that contains 1, so you will update its value to the 0, right? Similarly this will also be updated to the 0, right? So if you encounter the same cell, you will not be like changing your directions, which we were changing when it was 1, right? So now what happens, see, they both will change to update it to 0, right? Now when you reach to this cell, you will continue direction because it is 0, and now you will move out of the cell. So your answer will be 0 and 1, means you need to like answer this particular cell. So I hope this is clear to you. So now I'll show my code to you, right? So here is my code. Okay, so here what I have done is I have created two unordered maps. So basically what I have done, this is like nothing but a clockwise, right? Because we need to do clockwise rotations. So means we need to change our directions in a clockwise. So if you are like moving right, so you'll go down. If you are going down, then after you will like go to the left, and similarly left, top, and like top to right. So means you can understand this. So I have stored in a map, and another map is like if you are right ways, means right means 0, 1, means like you are moving one column ahead, right? Down means one down, left means moving to the back column, right, means previous column, and top means like moving to the above row, that is why -1 and 0. So here what we will do, so we will loop through until I and j's are correct, and I am also like maintaining the previous index, right, means coordinate of the previous cell, right? So coordinate of previous cell initially is set to -1, and initially I have to start from 0, 0. So that is why I have initialized it by 0, 0. So now I'll loop through until the I and j, until these I and j's are like valid positions in the cell, right? So I'll see if they are valid. Okay, if the matrix is like 1, if the cell contains value 1, then first task is my to set its value to 0, means update it to 0, and change its directions. So now how will I change my directions? So see, since they have already mentioned in the question, means they have clearly stated that you will move initially to the right direction, right? So if your current direction is this and you are encountering 1, so what will be your next directions? So which map will help you basically? So this is the map, right? So here, from here I can get the directions, right? And finally I'll update my INJ since I am moving. So I'll update my INJ and I'll loop through this until these indexes are valid, and finally at one stage I will have my answer in this previous coordinates, right? So I can simply return this. So I hope this is like clear to you. Now I'll just simply compile this code and see. Yeah, it is working fine. Now let's just me submit it. Okay, it is like working. Okay, so I hope it is like clear to you. Now if we also talk about its time complexity, so basically its time complexity, like I think that it is a n into m, because you will at max what will happen. See, if your matrix, for example, only here is a 1 0 and all are all the things are containing 1, right? So at one stage you will mark all the ones by 0, right? Means you will update all ones with 0, right? Then after you must like at one position when you mark all your ones to 0, means update all the ones to the 0, then after you, means it is always guaranteed that you will be crossing this matrix, means you will jump out of this matrix, right? Why I'm saying, so let me just explain you from here. Just assume that all are 1, just accept my first position of the cell, all are ones, right? So what will happen, you can think of, right? So all are marked 1, right? So when you move through this particular matrix, then as you encounter 1, you are like updating the value of the cell. You are updating the value of the cell, right? You are updating the value of the cell, right? Again you are updating the value of cell. So likewise you will keep updating the value, right? And at one position, at one state, you will observe that no more ones are present in your matrix, right? So then after what, you have no choice. Once all are 0, your direction is fixed, and you will at the end, means you will end up coming out of the matrix, right? So I hope now this, its time complexity is like n into m, and its space complexity, if I talk about, so are we using any extra spaces? I hope like this is a constant, right? It will not like consume more space. It will not cost us a more spaces. So I can say that space complexities are like constant. You can consider it, and time complexity is your m into m. So I hope like this problem is like pretty easy. If you still facing any doubt, you are free to ask me in the comment below. And if you really like my video, so I will encourage you to subscribe it, hit the bell icon, and share with your friends. And thank you.